So we're going to go talk to Sanjay Tailor. He's VP of Digital Strategy at CA Technologies. We're going to talk about what it takes to get omnichannel right.
How's the show?
Great. Been pretty busy, yeah.
Tell me, what is an omnichannel strategy?
You know, if you look at most large organizations, they have multiple business units that touch the customer in many different ways. And you know, in the past, it was each line of business was touching the customer individually. And what we started to see evolve is this understanding of that you want to have kind of a unified approach to the customer. And what they're trying to now understand is, how is the customer interacting with us across all lines of business, so that we can get you know, kind of a 360-degree view of that customer. And then ultimately the goal being that if they're doing business with us in one specific area, you know, how can we now drive maybe potential new services to that customer? And the only way you could do that would be through an omnichannel strategy.
What are the key areas to work on when building an omnichannel strategy?
I think one of the first big steps that a number of companies are trying to get their hands around is really around the data. You know, the goal ultimately is that you want to be able to have a 360-degree view of a customer. Being able to pull that data together in a meaningful way so that you can have that view is definitely a big challenge. I think on the front-facing side of things, when we look at the actual customer experience, you know, I would say, you know, first thing is having the right type of insights. And so we look to, you know, the analytics that help you understand the customer behavior. Another area, though, that it can potentially be a high point of friction is around security. So security needs to also realize that they're part of that customer experience, and it needs to be frictionless. The main thing is you need an architecture that can apply the right amount of security based upon elevated levels of risk.
So why don't we do a little deeper dive into the financial side of things? Finance seems like a really important industry for this omnichannel strategy.
I think when we look at finance, definitely you're seeing a tremendous amount of disruption, because these fintechs, one thing they're doing well is that they are delivering great customer experiences. Now, what the banks have is they have the data, they have the customer, and they also have the trust of the customer. But where you really want to take it to is to drive greater personalization to that customer. And the only way you can really do that is when you start marrying the behavior and how they're interacting with you across the channels with what information you know about them. So the back-end architecture also needs to be open in nature, that it can integrate it maybe with a CRM application to where we have access to the customer, historical information, maybe their loyalty program, you know, what their likes are, the types of products they have bought in the past. And when you can start to marry behavior with history, then you can get very targeted about driving certain types of content to them, or, you know, driving a next step with them.
All right, Sanjay, thank you very much. I'll look for your work on my watch and on my tablet and everything.
There you go, absolutely.
Enjoy
All
your
right,
show.
John, have a great day.
Thanks.
Thank you.